Welcome back, everyone. It is Sunday, August 22nd, 2021. In the Western Mass here, we're in the middle of a hurricane. And we are about to start our Q&A section of today's Morgellons Call. Lines will slowly be opened. And so if you haven't given the last 4 digits of your phone number previously, then text them to Chris so that he can open your line, and we'll start this section now.
Okay, anybody have any questions and answers? Well,
no, you have the answer.
I love that program. I think we should invent that. You ask a question, then you give the answer.
That's like a boss who says, "Don't come to me with problems. Come to me with answers."
It finally feels good to live somewhere where the hurricane passes by and doesn't wreck you. I mean, it's so great to have it out there in the ocean. And so, anyway, I'm Richard Kuhns, author of How to Get Your Life Back from Morgellons, Chronic Lyme, and Other Skin Parasites. And this is the Q&A section of the program. We get into technical things here. This is a working program for people who are in the program or into reading the book and have started the King Diet. If you are have happened upon this program, and we're not here to answer questions to encourage you to do the program. We're not here to sell the program on you, which, by the way, is free. We're not here to do that. We're here to answer questions for people who are in the program to fine-tune. What we do is we fine-tune. You read the book, you put it into practice, and it doesn't work out the way you thought was going to work out. Then you share what you did, and we figure out where you messed up, where you didn't follow the instructions correctly, and so that you can get on the right path. Now, because we get technical, the FDA requires me to inform everybody on the call that we are not medical doctors, neither me, Robin, or Ethel, Megan, Anna, Chris, Margie. We're not medical doctors, so we're not here to diagnose, treat, cure, or mitigate any disease. The AMA also wants us to tell you that. We don't have the professional training to do that. And before you start the King Diet or accept any of our recommendations, that you are to thoroughly discuss them with your doctor to make sure they do not interfere with any health problems you're presently experiencing. So with that being said, Chris, you got anybody to open the line with a question or something they'd like to share?
Oh, my name is Angela. That's me, from Chicago, and I was the one that was inquiring. How do I know I don't know what I have. So I've been doing research. I did order Richard's book, and I believe I ordered the soap because some of the testimonies that was in the book and on the website was explaining the same thing that I was feeling and that I was seeing. I was seeing like the fibers, some is black specks, some is white, like fiber coming off the skin. I can see it on my bed sheet, and I'm always cleaning. I'm always sterilizing, and it's just more and more coming.
Well, you have come to the right place. Now, I just told you what the AMA and FDA tell us that we can't do, but what we can do is we can educate you. We can educate you how to clean these organisms out of your body, how to clean them out of your skin, how to clean them out of your environment. Now, to identify the organisms as part of education as well, if you read Dr. Saverly's book, Morgellons, The Legitimization of the Disease, hey, I pronounced it right. If you have filaments or fibers coming from your skin that are not regular hair, filaments or fibers, they can be multicolored, they can be white, red, blue, green, they can be various sizes. That's Morgellons. All right? Now, if you have things that you feel around your ankles or lower legs, if you've ever had dealings with fleas, they jump up, fleas jump up onto your ankles or lower legs, and they itch and they bite, and they're visible. Well, if you have things that do that but are not visible, that's most likely Collembola, springtails. If you have a crustacean around your eyelids or your eyelashes, that's an indication of Collembola. They also love the back, lesions on your shoulders, the back of your neck, the back of your scalp. Those are favorite places of Collembola. Now, if you go
I feel it crawling in my head. Like in the top.
The head could be anything. The head can be, the filaments or fibers, and Collembola, they are in the scalp as well, but that is not characteristic. Head can be any organism, including mites of many kinds. If you find black specks lying around, oftentimes that's an indication of some kind of mite, and the mites are often the carriers of these organisms. If you have burning skin, if you go to a WebMD and you look up the symptom of burning skin, that's often an indication of fungal issues. Very much like if people having athlete's feet, the burning of the feet around the toes, or jock itch, burning in the jock area. That is an indication of skin fungus. Now, when we look at Strongyloides cervicalis, there's about 7 different questions. Rashes around the waist, in the legs. I don't remember all the locations where the rashes are, but hives around the anus, constipation, diarrhea, coughing, weight loss since infection. These are some of the symptoms of Strongyloides cervicalis. So that's the way you can kind of tell. And if you complete the questionnaire, it goes into other things, and I can give you a more complete evaluation and a detailed protocol to follow.
Can you send it to my email?
Well, email me, because I don't know who you are by your email at this point. So just send the email back, say request questionnaire, and I'll be glad to get it out to you.
And I have one more question, because I also feel like in the fingers, like, I don't know how to explain it, like it's something swelling, or it just feel like something in my fingers.
Well, there's definitely organisms that can be in your fingers, affected by your fingers, and if you read the book, you'll want to do finger baths. So you get a bowl of water, room temperature. You can add a half a cap of Nature's Gift, along with some maybe apple cider vinegar, a quarter cup of apple cider vinegar, because we're often dealing with fungal issues when we're dealing with fingers and nails and toenails and things like that. And do that finger bath for about 45 minutes, once or twice a day. Start 2 times a day if you can. And within a week, you should notice that things have been cleaned out.
Okay. And you said the Nature Gift?
Yeah, Nature's Gift. Now, I'm not here, and this program isn't about selling our product. Our products are basically the best in the world. And there are 2 boats to China, the slow boat to China, so you can get your life back by finding things in the pharmacy. There are many things listed in the book that people can get from the pharmacy. The fast boat to China is our products. The Nature's Gift is very special in that it is comprised of bioform carbon, which can deep clean the skin deeper than anything on this planet. And what it does when it goes into the deeper layers of skin, it cleans out the organisms that are there.
Okay. Okay. And where does the mites come from?
Who else, Chris?
The mites can come from birds, from rats, from there's all different kinds of mites.
No-see-ums. Yeah. Red mites, all kinds of mites. There are 43,000 or over 40,000 kinds of mites, and there are many of them that are indigenous to our area and that can affect us this way.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Welcome to the program. Read the book over and over. It's a tremendous resource. Get the soft copy if you can, and put in Post-its, make notes, because many of us at this point, when we first get to the program, are dealing with brain fog, which makes it more difficult to read. When you read one page, you say, what did I read? You know, you got to go back and read it again, and then you say, well, what did I read now? You know, go back and read it again. So make Post-its, put Post-its in there so you can reference places, find them, and get to it and read it. And we're coming out. In fact, when we're talking about brain fog, hopefully this week we'll be coming out with what are we calling it, Chris? Brain fog eraser? Yeah, it's a combination of essential oils containing clary sage, which helps enhance acuity, mental acuity. Okay.
Nick, your line is open, Nick.
Hey, Nick, how are you doing?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing pretty good. I wanted to ask you, I still get some, I don't get, like I said, the crawling, but I get biting still, and I see black stuff in my bed once in a while, but it's getting better. I've been doing the diet, stuff like that. I've been stage 2, little by little, not too much, because I get sick real easily. If I eat a lot of ice cream or something like that, or something sweet, my body rejects it. Like, I don't know why.
Well, I laugh because interesting you should say ice cream on stage 2. I thought you were going to say bananas or green apples.
I tried green apples. I mean, I'm eating green apples, a half a banana or something like that. But I don't want to go overboard. You know
Yeah.
what I mean. I've done that too, and I had to try a little ice cream or something, to just see how it was. And
do you know if you were dealing with Morgellons? I forget. Were you dealing with Morgellons or only spring?
No, I'm dealing with strongyloids. You told me on the questionnaire.
What is that?
Stronglio?
Strongyloids. Strongyloids.
Oh, I don't know about that. I mean, are you dealing with Morgellons or Collembola, or because with
I'm pretty sure.
Yes,
I'm pretty sure it was Collembola.
All right. So you've never had any filaments or fibers growing from your skin?
Yes. A lot of white stuff coming out of my skin, black specks coming out of my skin.
No, but filaments or fibers, any of them coming out of your skin?
Yes, I got some white
that's
fibers
more
coming out of my skin.
Then I have some bad news for you. Ice cream is off. Ice cream is out for you.
Okay.
Until you get to late stage 3. Ice cream is okay if you're only dealing with springtails and not dealing with Morgellons. But if you're dealing with Morgellons, ice cream's got sugar in it, and it's going to cause a problem.
Okay, I did not know that. I got to write that down.
Yeah. So read the diet. I can email you a copy of it if you'd like. You could just email me and I'll send you a copy. But
right.
There are differences in the diet between whether you have Morgellons or whether you have Collembola or whether you have both. And 90% of us have both. So it's very restrictive. But if you're only dealing with Morgellons, then you can have things like avocado. But if you're dealing with, and your household have Collembola, you can't have avocado, for instance. Ice cream is okay if you're only dealing with Collembola, but not if you're dealing with Morgellons. It's very precise.
Okay. All right.
Thanks. Keep coming back.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Christina,
Hi.
your line is open, Christina.
Hi, Christina.
Okay, thank you. Hi, how are you?
Good.
I haven't been on for a while, but I don't even know if I can ask the question, but you just let me know, okay?
Ask away.
Okay, so I had 2 incidences. Like, this is in my nose now. I'm pretty sure it's Morgellons at this point, but it went into my nose. And it's been there for a while, and I've gotten some special sprays. And I'm using the soap and then the spray. Soap, I have liquid. I put it in a bottle with water, and I use that. It is a miracle. You chose the right word for that product. But I just had an incident. I had to go to the emergency room. I had a horrible, it wasn't even a nosebleed. It was like a hemorrhaging from my nose.
Oh.
And it in my sinuses. It was going down my throat, and big clumps, huge clumps are coming out of my nose like blood clots. And I let it go on for 4 hours, and then I just drove myself to the ER. I'm like, I can't get this to stop. So I went to the ER, and they packed my nose. And then I went to an ENT, and he cauterized both nostrils. But I could see, like, it's starting again. And I'm just worried because, the sinuses are close to your brain. So, I mean, I don't know if anyone has that issue or what would they use in their nose. I don't know.
Well, generally we use the Nature's Gift in the nose on a cotton swab or something like that, diluted for the skin parasites. But what you're describing, I think, goes beyond my expertise. And Robin, you have any comments?
Yeah. Well, I had them in both my ears, my
ears too, yeah,
and my nose. But I actually had a doctor who was willing to work with me, and I got antibiotic ear drops, and because I thought I had an ear infection, and what came out were these giant globs of bloody parasites. I don't know how to describe them. It took about 3 days, and I started using it on my nose as well, and I didn't get that for my nose, but it did help clear it up. So,
have you, have you used the ear drops that we have, or have you?
No, I did get them for the dog. Because this time last year, my Maltese died from it. I couldn't get any help from any vet. I mean, they were treating her for Lyme, but she has the same thing I have. I think I gave it to her. She was real little, 7 pounds. But with the nose, I guess I'll do the Nature's Gift. I wanted to ask before I tried it.
Oh, definitely. No problem doing it. I mean, you can even use a little bit of colloidal silver along with it. No harm there. We have both of them in the store. About the big globs that come out of your nose, that's kind of a medical thing. I wouldn't want to give any advice on that. But in terms of dealing with parasites in the nose, that's an everyday thing that we deal with here.
Yeah, I noticed that the doctors don't want to deal with me at all. And the second time I called the ER, I said, just please pack my nose until I can get to a doctor. He actually hung up on me.
Really?
Yeah, they said, go see your doctor, and hung up on me. The doctors are not, I'm not going in there saying I have anything. I'm just being very quiet and telling them my symptoms. And, like most people, I've gotten a horrible reception from the medical community, and now doctors, I don't know, if I just didn't know or it's new, you have a file, and whatever doctor you see and whatever they think about you, they put in special doctor notes. Right. So I'm like a dead duck before I even get into their office. I've had some doctors ask me, who referred you, and all nasty with me. It's ridiculous.
Big red
flag.
You also use Neosporin antibiotic cream in your nose, and it's not as strong as the prescription stuff, but it helps a lot.
Yeah, I'm on Ibuprofen also, but I had to stop the antifungal. I'm having a huge fungal issue, but one of my medications, I can't take both of them, so my naturopath told me to stop the antifungal, and I don't know, it seems like I'm getting my symptoms back, so thank you.
You're welcome. Keep coming back. Okay. Anyone else have a question?
Yes, I don't have a question. Actually, I've been now on the diet for about 6 weeks, and I've had Morgellons for 20 years, and I'm really very pleased with staying on the diet. It's doing wonders. Almost all of my lesions are gone, and the big purple and red splotches under my skin where I guess they just have their families down there. They're beginning to fade, so I'm really, really pleased with the outcome.
Wow, that's fantastic. Yep, it's amazing. There are many people who have claimed the diet is a cure. It is not, But man, it makes a difference. And when that diet kicks in, as it has for you, you can't really tell the difference whether you're cured or not, because it doesn't matter. You feel your life is coming back.
Yes. And you were speaking of rabbit holes, and I finally found a doctor who is a homeopath that agreed that I had something, so he was doing research for me, and he did say that it was related to, well, he said it was a man-made disease, which I have suspected from the beginning, but he said it was like a mold. And so I was experimenting with a diet that would fight the molds. And when I read yours and said that it wasn't a mold, then it opened a whole new area for me, and I thought, well, that was a rabbit hole that I was going down. But
what mold?
Basically, our diet.
Were you saying
our diets were?
I'm sorry,
what was that?
Caused by mold.
Mold, M-O-L-D.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So you were going down the rabbit hole that it was a mold. Yeah. That's. Well,
Yes.
join the crowd. I mean, there's a gal who she's an expert in this, and her whole claim is it's mold. So, I mean,
I think it has. Some people may have molds along with it, which is probably why, when he was doing his research, he felt that it was related to a mold.
Well,
Actually,
it's correct. 90%. 90%.
Can I interrupt for 1 second? If you're going to deal with a homeopath, give them Richard's book.
Yeah, let him read the book.
Letting them go on their own rabbit holes and research. Let them start with the things that work.
Yeah.
yeah.
And it is true that I think basically 90% of the people with Morgellons have fungal issues. And this is why we have some very powerful supplements in the store to deal with fungal issues. There's the kinase enzymes, and we have the calcium Dayclex, essentially two very powerful supplements to put fungal issues in their place. But it is not fungal. So thank you very much, and keep coming back, and thanks for sharing. We appreciate that. I'm sure that it goes a long way to help other people who are on the program who are relatively new. I mean, it's normal to be skeptical. Hey, does this thing work? If I put my time in to go out and get the foods that are on this diet and throw out all the other crap because it's going to go bad, is it going to be worth it? Is there going to be a result? Yeah, the answer is yes. When that diet kicks in, it's a different life, night and day.
And I think the most important thing for me, because I had a lot of olive oil that I was using, and also coconut oil, which is almost exclusively what I used, and being off of those oils has been wonderful. And I'm really exclusively eating butter because I don't have access. Way out here in the wilderness, we don't have access to shopping centers where we have everything that you describe in the book, and I'm looking at that thinking, I have to drive almost 200 miles to get it.
You can buy rice bran oil on Amazon.com.
Well, you can get it from our store too.
Oh, okay.
We have, we have our rice bran oil in our store. We have a whole bunch of oils, essential oils. We have everything that you could want to deal with in terms of essential oils with Morgellons in our store. So, and it'll come right to your door. And since you're out in the country, you don't have to worry about the porch parrot stealing from you.
Yes. Well, thank you so much, Richard. God bless you.
Thank you for sharing. Keep coming back. And looking forward to you becoming one of our coaches.
I don't think I have to do that because I'm really involved in a lot, and I don't have enough time to finish what I'm doing. So that would be wonderful.
It's an invitation, and no obligation to accept. Okay, thank you very much. Okay. Anyone else, Chris?
8100 is open.
Hi, I'm Marlena.
Hi, Melina. How are you?
I'm doing okay today, so thank
Great.
you. I had a comment from something that was said earlier about a smell, like nobody didn't have a dead body.
A dead body, Collembola eating. Yeah.
There was definitely a smell at different stages. I've about 7 years now, and in the beginning, I don't know if I did smell, and that was about the same time that maybe I was breeding bugs or attracting bugs. I don't know. It was really unnerving.
Well, let me say this. With these parasites, your body can produce different smells, but they're not eating it's not that they're eating dead things from you, it's that they are creating these smells.
Right, I agree with you. Exactly,
okay.
Yes. Okay. And I had a question about apple cider vinegar in the bath. I can't remember. What do I not mix that?
Well, don't mix it with peroxide. I had a fellow write me in that he was taking a bath and he was using apple cider vinegar, cup and a half with 35% peroxide, essential oils, and what the heck I mean, he was really overdoing it. But don't mix it with peroxide.
Yeah, I don't use peroxide.
Don't mix it with baking soda.
Baking soda.
Yeah, baking soda is a good disinfectant as well. Half a box of that stuff.
And it's cheap too.
And it's cheap. Good. But the peppermint oil is probably the least expensive of all of them. Or even pool shop. Yeah. What's that?
I do use peppermint oil. Something about pool shock, but that stuff, you have to be really knowledgeable not to put too much of that in there.
Oh, yeah, it can freeze you. But what you want to do is you want to mix the peppermint and the Nature's Gift together before you put them in the tub. So it disperses more into the water, and the peppermint doesn't float so much on top.
Right, okay. Okay, great. Thank you. That helps a lot. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Keep coming back. Anyone else, Chris?
Oh, that's me, Maria.
Hi, Maria.
Hi there. I have a question. Where's the best place to get a cancer cap?
A what?
A cancer cap to keep your head.
Amazon?
Amazon might have them, but Ethel knows. She's bought a bunch of them.
Oh, okay.
She's inquiring about cancer caps because I presume because our protocol for cleaning the scalp means to kind of keep your scalp wet with the different solutions that we have during the day when you might go out, and rather than walk around with a bathing cap on, they have these attractive cancer caps that people wear when they're dealing with cancer treatment, when they lose all their hair from their head. So you can also use the cancer cap to cover your bathing cap. Thank you, Maria.
I wanted to ask about antipsychotics. Are there ones that you were taking ORAP, and I was wondering if all of them have the same ability to destroy the chitin on the mites?
All right. First of all, the antipsychotics have nothing to do with chitin. They have to do with reducing dopamine uptake in the brain to make it easier for the diet to kick in. That's what these medications, and we have an alternative which is now called Nature's Gift Parasite Stop Herbal Formula that has been designed to do exactly that, to reduce dopamine uptake in the brain so that you don't necessarily have to go on medications that need.
Right. You okay? That's good. I can, because you don't think there's really much of a difference between any of those medications? They all do the same thing? The Seroquel, and
I don't know.
People react differently to them.
They react differently. They have different impacts on your brain. They have all been reported to me over the years to be beneficial in people being able to have the diet work better for them. And so that's why they're there. I mean, everybody reacts differently to these medications. I mean, for instance, every one of them's got side effects. There are people who, like for me, the only side effect that I had from Orap, Primazide, was I had a little motor thing in the very beginning, but that eventually went away. But some people, they can't think. It fogs them out. So every medication has a different side effect. So it depends.
Okay, so it depends on the person.
It depends on the person, yes.
Yeah. Okay, so then the other question I have is about Ivermectin and lufenuron. And now I'm on stage 2 of the diet right now, and I would like to take one of those, lufenuron or Ivermectin, as a parasite cleanse, right? Those cleanse the parasites, correct?
No. The purpose of the lufenuron is to reduce the ability of the organisms to create chitin. So, for instance, if you have been infected with mites lay eggs. And what the lufenuron does is it inhibits the ability of the eggs of the mites to mature. The shell never really gets hard enough to protect them. Now, it also inhibits the ability for fungal organisms like Candida or any kind of fungal organism to create chitin. Chitin is the building block that holds the fungal organisms together. It's like the mortar that holds the brick together of a building. You take away the mortar and the brick are going to fall. So that's what lufenuron does. It inhibits the ability of fungal organisms to reproduce, and it inhibits the ability of eggs of mites to hatch.
Okay, that's good to know. And the Ivermectin, what is that? What does that do for you, the Ivermectin?
Really not a lot. It's typically used in the treatment of scabies along with a double descending dose of prednisone. I mean, scabies is a kind of mite, so a lot of people turn to Ivermectin to use. And in my opinion, it's more of a status quo type of thing. It's also used with strongyloides along with albendazole. So for most cases, I think the better application of it is to be used in addition with albendazole for some particular things like strongyloides. I mean, there's also ivermectin cream. This is something that we're looking into, but I don't see any particular reason for ivermectin for most people.
Well, I noticed in your book that you really weren't that taken with it. That wasn't a big, that you didn't think that was a big, great thing to do. So
no, it's important. Yes, lufenuron is far more important.
Okay. And do you know about side effects with that? Did you have side effects with that?
Well, there are, lufenuron is one of those medications that if you could say would be ideal is 100% ideal. Contrary to the medications like Primazide and Seroquel and Neurontin and some of the others that are listed in the book that have side effects, lufenuron has absolutely zero side effects. And it is compatible with any medications that you could be taking. Now, that's not to say that if you start lufenuron, you won't have die-off and Herxheimer reactions.
That's okay. care about
Well,
that.
if you do, then you stop it and you give your body a chance to recover before you start it again.
So there are no side effects, but there can be die-off. And there can be die-off simply from taking Max 1. There can be die-off from taking Garcillin. Those two powerful supplements can both create a lot of die-off. So, but they're not side effects. They're die-off.
Well, the Max 1 has been great. I have had absolutely no issues with the Max 1, and also the Garlicin too. They've been really good, so I'm not worried. That has not been any issue for me. So I can't tell you how much I appreciate this, and I am going to order this. Thank you.
You're welcome. Keep coming. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks so much. I appreciate it. Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Well, it's been a good call. Robin, you have anything to add before we close this segment?
No, I think it was good.
I want to thank everyone for calling in, participating, and our goal here is, hey, we're here because, as we talked about earlier, it's important to be resilient. It's usually not a straight line to getting your life back. Robin alluded to it. I often say that it's like driving an automobile with 4 clutches. It's important to kind of do 4 things at the same time, simultaneously. That's what same thing time means, simultaneously. So to put this program into play, it's important to start the diet. But don't start the diet unless you're not cleaning your skin. So get in the bathtub 3 times a day to clean the skin. And then don't do both 2 unless you're cleaning your environment, because the environment has become contaminated and can be infectious. So you do those 3 things at the same time. And then, if affordable, do the targeted supplements to build health and immune functioning. And it's amazing, you'll get your life back. But it's not always a straight line. We make mistakes with the diet. We make mistakes with the disinfecting. We can make mistakes with the bathing and use 2 disinfectants that end up canceling themselves out in the tub. So Chapter 3 goes into all the different disinfectants you can use and which ones you should not use together and which ones you can use together. Do the program. We're here so that you'll say, because you guys, I stuck with it and I got my life.